If you're a man and you are between the age of 20 and 30, you should treat it as these years, these 10 years, as a growing period or as a preseason, as this title says. Now, what does that mean? So, a preseason in sports is like it's like a warm-up season for the actual season when it actually counts, when records actually matter, when wins and losses actually matter. And so this is how you should treat your 20s and 30s. I know a lot of young men, especially in the modern world today, by the age of 20, you should be like a full fledged adult, right? You should be looking to marry pretty soon. You should be almost done with college and starting your career. But that's just simply not the way it should be. Because a man's age and his life starts at the age of 30, which means that by the time they're 30, now they have their shit together and now their life begins. So how do you treat the 20s through 30, for men? How do you treat those 10 years as a preseason and to build yourself up by the time you're 30? One is you build habits. That is, you build good habits. And maybe you cut back or completely eliminate bad habits. Greatness is about consistency and doing the little things great every single day. And that's what you're going to do in your 20s. Build up as many good habits as you can. And don't think, oh, I'm already 25, I'm already 26, 27, I should have these things down, so I'm just going to give up. No. Wait, you have from 20 to 30, you have all these years to build up these habits. And don't be prideful in thinking, oh, I can't get any better, I should be at this point now. Don't let society pressure you into that, and don't let yourself pressure you into that. Another thing you want to do is you want to take risks and make mistakes. Your 20s is, you should be a young man, and what does that mean? You should make mistakes, you should take risks. This is the time to do it. You have nothing to lose. You don't have a family yet, you don't have a woman yet, you don't have a career yet. So take risks and make mistakes. Turn your L's into lessons. Don't be afraid to try new things. This is your time to find yourself and find and build the man you are. A lot of women will say, oh, when they're in their 20s, they're trying to find themselves. That's bullshit. They're not trying to find themselves. What they really mean is get ran through by a bunch of guys and have my fun, and then after all that, I'm going to settle down. Maybe some men mean it like that too, but that's not what I mean by finding yourself, truly finding yourself. And just take risks and make mistakes. It's okay. You're still young in the grand scheme of things. Don't let society think you're older than you are. Another thing you want to do is you want to learn, you want to network. So this would be a good time to network, build connections, and to learn. Again, this is your 20s. I know a lot of people will say you're 25, oh, you don't have a career yet, you don't have a woman yet. So what? You're a young man. You could start having kids. You can find a woman at the age of 30. You can find a young woman at 25, marry, have kids for the next 10 years. By the time you're 40, you're done, and you have a beautiful family, and you have your career ahead of you. So don't be pressured to think, oh, I need to find a wife, I need to make a family, I need to find my career immediately. You're still very young in the grand scheme of things. And lastly, you want to get your fitness together. So this is something that I know a lot of young men struggle with because, they're growing up and they're going to school or they're working on their side hustles or whatever they're doing that's taking up so much of their time. When they're 20, they have to work a lot to start paying rent, whatever it is. It's hard to keep your fitness intact. And I would say the great filter or the great drop off is about at the age of 25, 26. You might have some people that are still in great shape and amongst your peers, but by the time everyone in your peers and your group reach the age of 25, 26, a big decrease happens where a lot of people just don't work out anymore. They don't take care of their fitness. And what you want to do is build up towards that great filter. And by the time you're 25, now you're going to really start hitting the gym. You're really going to get in peak physical condition because that is your prime for your body. It is like around the age of 25. So get your fitness together, get your career together. Don't worry too much about making mistakes. Don't worry too much about getting a family or women in your 20s. It's the preseason for men. Build up the man you are, your character, your habits, and you will be just fine. Look at these glasses. Look at this. Broken. Kept these for so long. I think these were from my dad. They were sunglasses. They had like gold, but gold visors, but who knows what that one. Anyway, it's been your boy Hercules. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.